Hello, I'm Russ Cox, President and CEO of Norton Healthcare. I want to thank you for your interest in Norton Healthcare. As a faith-based, not-for-profit healthcare system, we depend on support from our community. And this includes our volunteers. After all, volunteers created what is today Norton Healthcare, in honor of a man who was known for his devotion to the poor. In 1875, the St. Paul's Episcopal Church Home Mission Society Sewing Circle decided that sewing just wasn't enough. These courageous, forward-thinking women set out to build a hospital. 11 years later, Norton Memorial Infirmary opened, named for the Reverend John N. Norton, a man of great faith and generosity. Each day, the Reverend Norton would give away all the money he had in his pocket, earning him another name, the Good Samaritan. After his death, his family home was donated to raise money to build the hospital. Soon after, it became evident that the city's children needed a hospital of their own, dedicated to their specialized care. Volunteers once again stepped up, and Mary LaFawn, a social activist, and 2 local physicians led the effort to open Children's Free Hospital in 1892. 98% of its staff were volunteers. Healthcare has certainly changed since the 1800s, but our spirit of volunteerism has not. Volunteers are just as crucial today as they were more than a century ago. We couldn't do the important work of healing without our volunteers. Volunteers help comfort families as they wait for news of loved ones undergoing tests or surgeries. They make sure visitors know their way and are greeted with a smile. They provided much needed services at various events throughout the year, like Splash and Dash and the Bike to Beat Cancer. Volunteers comfort through music and give sick kids and their parents a break. They knit blankets and hats and quietly rock babies as they suffer through addiction withdrawal. Norton volunteers devote more than 100,000 hours every year to healing our community. This video will explain more about volunteering at Norton Healthcare. I hope you will join us in our mission to provide quality health care to all those we serve. Please help us make a difference in our community.
Volunteers are a vital part and an important resource to the day-to-day services at Norton Healthcare. They help in many, many ways. We have volunteers as ambassadors, where they're meeting and greeting people. They're taking people to their destination, so it's that personal touch, that kind touch, and that kind spirit to say, hey, not only are we speaking and greeting, but let us take you to where you need to go. They're in the gift shops, they're driving the courtesy shuttle, so there's many opportunities.
Both of my children stayed here at Norton Children's Hospital for a brief period of time for some just minor illnesses right after birth. And so I wanted to kind of come and give back to the hospital that did so much for my kids, because there's been many nights I've slept up there and had sleepless nights and kind of knew what it was like from a parent side to just be offered a cup of coffee in the morning. It was great.
I enjoy meeting people, helping people, listening to their stories. I enjoy the staff and the people that work here too. And I try to have a compassionate ear, a listening ear.
When I retired after 36 years of working in education, all my friends were saying, well, what are you going to do? You know, what are you going to do? Because I've always been very active. And so I said, well, I don't know, something will come up. Well, I was reading the newspaper, the Courier-Journal, one morning with my breakfast, and there was a whole article about Norton Hospital out here and their need for people to rock babies. And it had Rita's name on it. It had, you know, the phone number and every way to get connected. And so as I read it, I realized that this is what I needed to be doing. You know, it just felt so right. This is it.
I've been volunteering with Norton Children's Hospital now for over 20 years. It's very rewarding. I enjoy visiting with the kids. One of the things I do is deliver gifts and mail, cheer cards, and another thing I do is I conduct tours with visitors. When they come to visit our children, we get the enjoyment of seeing the smile that the folks bring, and we've met some very interesting people along the way as well.
It's just a genuine love and passion that they have for wanting to serve and for wanting to help. I have heard just testimonies from volunteers saying this is the best thing ever, wouldn't know what to do if I didn't have my volunteer job. This is what they look forward to coming to do. So it's just a passion that they have, and they love it, and I love it.
I do look forward to volunteering here. really just brings a smile to my face, especially when you see the smiles on the kids' faces when you take their family's coffee, you provide them coloring books, things of that nature.
I see some people on their worst day ever, so what I try to do is to listen to what they have to say and to meet whatever needs that I can while they're here and to help them in any way possible.
This experience as a volunteer gives me so much more than I put into it. I mean, I can't believe how much love is exchanged when I'm holding a baby, or the relationships I've built with family members. And I find that I'm a better person because of it. I still can't believe, that I show up and they let me hold babies. I mean, I just think that's phenomenal.
I think the Bike to Beat Cancer is probably the thing I like most. I get to go upstairs on 7 West where the cancer patients are, and it gives me an opportunity to know those families, understand a little bit about their anxieties and their fears, and after seeing some of the miracles that our medical staff have performed, it makes me feel really good about the Bike to Beat Cancer ride itself, and it also gives me a good feeling that I've got friends and family out there that are supporting me in trying to defeat this dreadful disease. So it's very rewarding, I guess, it's heartwarming.
I couldn't even imagine. I just simply couldn't imagine not having volunteers. They're that glue, just to make things kind of stick. I would tell them, thank you. Thank you for all that you do. There's thousands of places to volunteer and to give back, but they choose to come back here. They are the essential piece to the puzzle here at Norton Healthcare.